Alright, this will be part 2 of how I made my homemade honey extractor. The first video I posted a few years ago of the extractor in operation. Today I'll show you a little bit more details around the construction of the extractor. Started with a 55-gallon food grade barrel. All plastic, all the way down. Cut a hole in the bottom here to drain. Use one of the plastic honey gates that you can get from bee manufacturers. Just screw that on there, and that allows the you to control the flow of honey when you're ready. This is the homemade extractor basket. It's an 8-frame. We made it out of all stainless steel, various diameters of round stock and flat stock. The flat stock we took and bent into brackets to hold the frames. We just matched the pattern of store-bought 8-frame extractors and placed 8 brackets directly across from one another. This basket lifts off. You can see it slides down into a footing. There's another bearing here that the basket sits into. Allows it to the basket to turn with the aid of a bearing. The bearing is just bolted into a plate that's sit on top of some round stainless steel tubing. What you do is you put this in the bottom of the bucket. Then you take your basket and you set your basket back down into that bearing. And she spins freely. Then you take the top ring of the bucket here. There's another bearing that's bolted into some crossbar that we welded onto the ring. And you place the bearing over the top of the basket shaft. Open up the ring handle. Slide the ring down over the top of the barrel. Lock your handle back in place. Clamps the ring down nice and tight. And now your basket spins on an upper and a lower bearing, suspended above the bottom of the barrel by that 6-inch tall support bracket on bottom. Then all that's left is to put a motor on top. For that, we've got a motor here. I'll get down a little closer. You could take a screenshot of the tag there if you like. That's our motor. Our speed control and power drive unit. It's got a coupling on the motor shaft here. And get my finger out of the way there. A mated coupler on the other end with a set screw. You put this on top of the basket shaft, and then when you set the motor down in place, it mates to this coupler. When you pick up the motor here, we'll put it in place. Just like that. Okay. Then we've got a couple bolts that hold this guy in place, and one more bolt there that holds the bracket in place and aligns it all up. And then you plug your motor in and give it a start. So let me put some bolts in. I'll be right back. Alright, I got the motor all connected up here. I've got the wire plugged in. This is what it looks like when the whole unit is all the way put together. All we gotta do now is turn the power button on and turn our speed on. We We can start it slow if we want. We can ramp it up fast. And that's it. So hopefully this gives you some ideas of how you might be able to build your own.